you, Peter. My name is Roger Smith. I'm Design Director for Architecture at Gensler. And I'm pleased to be a part of this team and this project. Our team thought it was important to create a design that is both respectful of the neighborhood context, while also advancing a forward-focused vision for Morristown. Our design conceives of a commercial office use integrated with street-level retail. We believe that commercial use, designed and built with enduring quality, is the best use for this site and will make the greatest contribution to the neighborhood. Morristown deserves the best, we think. We're a Morristown firm with international reach and a deep understanding of the current trends in commercial office buildings. And we understand that to attract the best tenants, it's important to have a market-sized floor plate with large open plans that can be used in a flexible way for tenants. So what are the components of successful mixed-use commercial office buildings in an urban setting like this? Well, from the standpoint of the office building, large open floor plates, as I said, are critical. This is what Class A firms are looking for. They're also looking for convenience in parking on-site. They're looking for retail that is active and vital, and outdoor amenities that can also complement their workspace. So that's important. Access to transportation systems, critical. And you couldn't be sited more perfectly here on this site. And finally, the clients are looking for sort of the enduring quality and the highest standard of product. That's what they're looking for. And that's what we hope to achieve in this project. From the community standpoint, as I said before, it's important to sort of respect the past, but also strengthen the future. And we think this project has the potential to do that for Morristown. We're also careful to think and maintain a careful balance between the vehicular traffic that exists here and the pedestrian experience, while also being responsive to the design guidelines of Morristown's redevelopment plan. Ultimately, we want this project to benefit the community and the neighborhood. We want to enhance the sense of arrival, we want to create a destination, and we want to establish a strong sense of place on this site. So, how did we achieve this in our design? Our first task was to prepare the urban fabric. And as Phil described, now there's a parking lot on site. The retail is pushed back to the far end of the site. What we hope to do in this project is to move that and relocate that, reposition that retail to the street again, to reinvigorate the street and fill in that fabric that needs repair. So that was our first task. The second task, as I mentioned, is to accommodate the office building itself. It's important to understand that Class A tenants really need large open floor plates. As you can see here, our building is wide enough to accommodate that, has the dimension to support these kinds of spaces. Floor plates of 25,000 feet or more is what you need at a minimum to begin to satisfy this need. So that's important. The next thing we looked at was taking the building and pushing it from the property line back into the site, which offers up a tremendous opportunity and supports the redevelopment plan. By doing this, we create a landscape promenade with trees and plantings and street furniture that really enhances the pedestrian landscape and integrates both building and landscape in a kind of comprehensive plan. So we think that all begins to work. The next slide speaks to how we describe how we deal with the landscape itself. Here you see the two buildings that we pulled apart. We pulled the mass apart and created an 80-foot courtyard. That courtyard is planted with green plants and shrubs and really creates a wonderful setting for a vehicular drop-off. We've reduced the dimension of access so that you can create pedestrian crossing on the front of the building and then expand the drop-off as you move into the site. Further into the site is access to the parking garage, which is masked by a green wall that again contributes to this garden-like setting for the courtyard. Most importantly, the pedestrian promenade that we're creating along Moore Street has a double row of trees that runs continuously across the site, allowing pedestrian flow through the site while also maintaining retail activity along the building's edge. Further down the site, we create a collection of gathering spaces, the plaza at the corner of the building moving towards Spring Street, a retail terrace on the same level that offers expanded opportunities for retail, and then a series of stairs and terraces that take you down, further down Spring Street and creates this public plaza. All of this, we think, creates a sense of place and offers an opportunity to strengthen Moore Street. The next slide shows you what this looks like. Here you can see the Moore Street Promenade with the double row of trees running down this pedestrian lane that allows free flow of pedestrians from the train station all the way to Moorestown Green. A green buffer, native plants, allows for separation between the vehicular traffic and the pedestrian thoroughfare. Benches, bike racks, all contribute to this place being important. And finally, the active retail on the right side of the slide is also enhanced with cafe seating to add more activity to the space. Ultimately, what we're trying to do here is to create a destination. We want a place that we want to create a place where you want to be. And essentially to create a sense of place. Now that we've sort of introduced the pedestrian enhancements that we've sort of designed into the project, I'd like to introduce Carl and Matt, who will further highlight how vehicular improvements and pedestrian movement strike a balance.
Moorestown.